What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bonnie Scotch. I am here to review Married to Medicine. This is season 12, episode 13. I'm on time today, okay? As you come into the room, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Okay. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Innocent Instigator. Oh, thank you so much for catching a live. I really appreciate you being here. All right. Let me just quickly, as y'all come into the room, give my new member shout outs. I'm going to start doing that at the top of every live because I'll get new members sporadically. So I just want to make sure that I'm shouting y'all out as we go, and y'all don't have to wait till the top of the month for me to shout you out. Okay. So huge shout out to XO Natalie McKenzie. Drew's watching and so iconic. I don't remember if I shouted y'all out, but XO Natalie McKenzie, you're the newest member. So huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so with the link in the description. It is a cup of coffee every month. Okay. $5.99, $6.99, somewhere around there. Hey, Shen. Hey, Divine Query. Hey, Matt. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Lauren. Thank you for being a member. Hey, Imani. Hey, T. Hutch. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy that y'all are here with me. I'm really happy to see y'all, actually. I'm so happy to see y'all. Y'all always just give me a boost. Y'all give me a little extra oomph. My boo is here. Hey, Jameer. What's up, love? Uh, y'all, Claudia just gifted 5 memberships. Okay, so go ahead and lock that in. Claudia, you are an angel. Mind you, Claudia has done this before. She's a huge supporter of this channel. Claudia, and it's a couple of people, but Claudia, I might eventually make a moderator because you be in here. My girl Claudia be in here. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Ah, I love that. I love that. Also, happy Women's History Month. I did not give that shout out for my last Potomac review, but I just wanted to make sure that I show some love to the women who support this channel, especially the Black women. I mean, the Black women make this channel what this channel is. So I can't not shout y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is always with y'all. I love y'all down. I love y'all real bad. Also, while we're in the shout out realm, I wanted to give a shout out to my Muslim brothers and sisters out there. I know that y'all are caught up in the crossfires of the propaganda machine once again. And I just wanted to let y'all know that I really fuck with y'all. And I always have and I always will. So yeah, we in here tonight. Let's go ahead and review Married to Medicine. Please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button for me, okay? Listen, let me tell you something. This Ramadan, everybody is playing in Muslims' faces real bad. I am just so I just want my people to know I'm here with you. I'm right there with y'all. Okay? I see what's going on. So I wouldn't be me if I didn't say something. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Kibi. Hey, Prognosis. Hey, India. Hey, Breeslay TV. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's get started because the notes I took, I was like, Lord, I don't want to be up here soapboxing all night. I don't want to do this. But this episode, I felt like it was one of the better episodes. I do. Let's just get into it, okay? So We start the episode with Eugene trying to incite this conversation with Damon. Damon is completely and utterly uninterested in what Eugene is talking about. Okay. I'm actually having, listen, I like Eugene. I enjoy Eugene. I enjoy, excuse me, Eugene. And I can't even say that I enjoy Eugene and Toya as a couple. I mean, I guess. I think it's more Eugene that I enjoy about their couple's dynamic. But in any case, I'm not really understanding why Eugene feels like he needs to keep hashing this out with Damon about the wives and making, Toya feel bad. And he wants to know who said that, they wanted to set Toya up for failure. And it's like, Eugene, no shade. I really enjoy him once again. But I do feel like he's blowing this out of proportion. And I also feel like Toya is not this damsel in distress that he tries to make her out to be. Hey, D. Nicole. Kiwi. When I get to that Curtis segment, baby, Curtis had me going. Curtis had me going. And I said, listen, Christians is going to feel some type of way about me by the end of this live. Christians is going to catch hella strays tonight. I apologize in advance to like the cool members of the congregation. Like some of y'all are actually cool. Some of y'all are not like, the overzealous, overbearing, uh, there's this content creator. I can't remember her name. I think it's like X Tina B, something like that. But she was like basically saying like some Christians, like their obsession with Christianity shows up as like maybe a little bit of autism because the way they hyperfixate on things and the way they stem. And anyway, go check her out. Go check her out. She talked about it a little bit, but anyway, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Anyway, again, I don't understand why Eugene is so worked up about this situation with the ladies saying that they want to set Toya up for failure. Like, really, the religious psychosis, baby, the cognitive dissonance. Baby, baby, it is the religious psychosis for me. You know, I got it. I got it ready. I got my tambourine on deck. Okay. We're going to get into it. All right. So, I just feel like I've noticed this pattern within the dynamic of couples that everybody fights, right? But it's only Eugene that feels like, he has to check everybody about his wife. All of these ladies, they fight, they do their, they're filming. The men have this understanding that they're just going to step aside. Eugene is the only one who feels like he needs to step in and speak on Toya's behalf. I don't understand why that is. I don't see it. Also, I have seen Damon check Heavenly plenty. I think Damon understands the nature of this show. You come on here, it's a lot of rah rah and a lot of carrying on, and I'm gonna just let my wife do her thing. Damon, they try to like create this. Erica De Niro TV and Rodney, the voice, talk about this, how they try to create this front of like how Heavenly is such a submissive woman and all of this. But Heavenly really runs that shit. Heavenly is running it, okay? Toya can absolutely take care of herself. Hey there, Lena. Exactly. This was the one time where I was like, okay, King, you're correct in this situation. That was the The literal one time. One time, okay? And I have it in my notes. King gets up and says, let the women handle their stuff. Okay. You in women's business, the men don't want to hear that. The men are not trying to get into women's business. Okay. And here you are questioning where the friendship stands with Damon. I don't understand this. Now you getting all in your feelings about, oh, this is not the man I you. And it's like the nigga is tired. Damon is tired. Like, you want Damon to listen to you. You want these dudes to listen to you. You want to be heard. Your wife don't even listen to you or respect you. So I feel like that dynamic kind of trickles down into everything else. The way Toya treats Eugene, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Hey there, Antho. The men want to drink and get a massage. Eugene needs to calm down. Now, see, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not trying to be that person. I'm not trying to be that person. But remember when Quad was calling him Eugina? It's like you get overly involved, like you one of the girls. I I know that men lay up and pillow talk and gossip like they one of the girls. What did Kendrick Lamar say on that new Baby Keem song? He said, what did he say? He was like, I like to lay it with my girl and gossip too and talk shit too. He said that, like Young Thug. He literally said that. So it's like we know that niggas do this, but like there's a limit to that. You keep it to the bedroom, you keep it to the pillow talk, and then you let the women go out and do their thing, and then y'all come back and y'all discuss it later on at night. Like, we know you one of the girls, and I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to call disrespect nobody's sexuality or nothing like that. I think y'all understand my humor and a little bit in the way that I speak. All couples do it, honey. Listen, I know anytime I got a man, he be giving me the good gossip. Like, all of the good gossip comes from men and what they be telling me about like their friends and their friend circle and their family and like they ain't shit ass daddy side and whatever else. Hey, Biomis Flores. It do. It do, Antho. Okay. So anyway, they're talking about contributions for the Met Gala. Steve says that he's not contributing because Mimi felt excluded from the conversations. As far as Toya was concerned, I understand. They already donated $5,000 last year. He's already doing something for, I can't remember if it's Morehouse or Spelman, but whatever. I understand he's going to be on a united front with his wife. Whatever my wife is saying is what I'm going with. So I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the girls go on these rafters and they go to get these massages. The men are like massaging them, rubbing them down, whatever. I've seen these things on social media. By the way, I've never been to Jamaica and I have to correct that at some point. But I'm, of course, considering like things are not so stable over there. They just had a huge storm and just public relations just so crazy um with Cuba and like it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, eventually, if we ever get some semblance of normal, sidebar, it's so hard being an American because I know the rest of the world is just looking at us like, you stupid bitches. And I get it. I get it. Anyway, did y'all see when the women walked up with the mesh marinas and asked the men if they wanted massages? And Curtis was looking over his glasses like this. He was like, yeah, I'll take one. I fucking screamed at that. Curtis like, His ass was the first to say, I'll take one. Oh, lying ass, cheating ass, street nigga. I know you would. Scott gonna take off his shirt, titties jiggling. I said, now, Scott. Curtis had me fucking hollering. Listen, I'm Canadian and I'm not leaving Canada until things calm down. I understand that completely. For me, it's giving domestic only, honey. I have family in Canada and I'm just like, it was giving lecherous old man. I'll take one. I hollered. Okay. Anyway, so what else happened here? Scott taking off his shirt, titties jiggling. Okay. The ladies are on the rafter having a conversation. Quad starts to say that King wants more for her, excuse me, more from her, and that she used to cook every day. I'm sorry, bitch, every day? I don't even want to cook for my motherfucking self every day, let alone a fucking man. Y'all wasn't, you couldn't meal prep? I'm sorry, no shade. It would have to get like, I'm not cooking every day. We could take turns. Like that type of domestic labor, like I don't have that to do. You were doing it every day. You were the maid and the meal service and the meal prep service. Girl, shut up, please. She says that he proposed and said, let's go down to the courthouse. Let's go down to the courthouse is not a proposal. Shout out to the 40 of y'all in the room with me. Go ahead and hit that like button. Saying let's go to the courthouse is not a proposal, babes. No shade. It's not. It's giving jagged edge. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. I always hated that song because it always sounded like might as well, you know, why not? Like that's not a proposal. Saying we ain't getting no younger, we might as well. What? So it gave me a jagged edge moment. Like, let's just go to the courthouse. Fuck no. Fuck that. Because it just sounds like this haphazard, like, oh yeah, let's just do it. Like, Quad. It feels to me like a nigga saying to a woman, let's just hit the courthouse. Like a man saying that to a woman gives me like he thinks he hit a lick. Cause your average man is like trying to plan a wedding. He's trying to make sure she has certain, you know, she has her dress, she has her ring, she has her, you know how women are about these weddings and things. Now listen, for me personally, if I ever let a man trick me into marriage, is things are going to be done a certain way, right? We would have that discussion. Now, personally, I don't want no big ass wedding. I don't want that. We can go to the courthouse and we can have a little party, a little intimate gathering. We collect gifts and money, but I want a nice trip and I want a down payment on a condo. It's not all about the rah rah sis boom ba with the wedding and all of that. You get what I'm saying? I took it back with that one, didn't I, Lauren? I can see a courthouse with a small wedding. Yeah. Yeah. But see, there's no real plan here. It just seems like, I don't know. King just gives me he was hitting a lick. Because who does that? No, a man who's serious about you is like trying to figure out like what you want. But what? In fact, he's like, here's the money. You plan it. Men don't like to get involved in that kind of shit. They're just giving you the money. to spend and plan and whatever else. Hey, Harlem. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Brianna. What's up, love? Going to the courthouse is so clinical that it's cold, it's sterile, it's very like it lets you know how he feels about her. But yeah, why Quad going to say I want his children and I want him to be the leader of this family? Quad, I love you, baby, but you sound so damn dumb. This man treats you like garbage and you still on this baby bullshit. Heavenly told her that that he was getting wife privileges without the marriage. And I said this last year when Quad first brought this man to us. I remember saying this because I remember feeling like this. It was within the first couple of episodes last year of Married to Medicine. She brought this man around and she's already talking about babies. And I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all are a little bit too casual about having babies for me. How is it that marriage is like so far fetched to you, but like you are offering up your womb to this man? You know that with marriage, it's like, okay, you can get divorced. Fine, you're gonna have to do a lot of paperwork. You're gonna have to pay for it. That's why, like, the idea of marriage never really appealed to me because it's like, if I want to break up with a motherfucker, it's like, I want to be done. Okay. But I'm just like, a child is going to physically, spiritually bind you to this man for the rest of your days. For the rest of your days. What are we doing here? Baby, it's the desperation. It's the desperation. I don't like it. This is not Miss Quan. Miss Quan, she got it. She got it. This is crazy. Child. This might be the one for real. There is something in Quad that makes her feel like it's not complete without a man. Have the baby because that's going to be left anyway. King was not staying. Okay. I also wrote this down somewhere in my notes. I don't understand like why she needs this man to have a baby so bad. Why you want to have a baby with a nigga that don't want you? That clearly loathes and detests you. He's got an indignant, repugnant ass attitude every time he's around you. Why are you trying to have his baby? Baby, if you wanted to have a child that bad, you could go down to the motherfucking sperm bank. Again, y'all are too damn casual about having babies because I felt like last year when we were introduced to this nigga, what the fuck do you know about him after 1 year that makes you decide that you already want to have his baby? You're just going, oh yeah, I want to have his babies. I'm like, y'all been together a year. That's the honeymoon stage. Y'all barely just getting to know each other. And it's no shade. You don't know a motherfucker after a year. You don't. Y'all just went through 4 seasons together. Y'all went through 4 seasons together. You don't know motherfuck about a person after 4 seasons. Tatiana lately has been my best friend for 15 years, and I'm still learning new things about her all the time. I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't know that about you, babe. How well do we ever really know a person? How well do we ever really know anybody? We only know a person as much as they will let in, right? I'm my mother's daughter. I know my mother. She knows me. There are things about me that my mother will never know. There are things about me or things about my mother that I will never know. A child after a year is wild. I'm sorry. It is. It just is. It is. It just is. Who's that? Hey, Monty Positive. What's up, babe? Anyway, yeah, I just don't think that Quad realizes how crazy this sounds. You better off down to the sperm bank if it's just about a baby, but it's not. It's clearly not. Anyway, so everybody gets together later on that night and they're supposed to be wearing neon, I guess. You know how they like to get together and play these games as couples, okay? Did y'all peep when Toya asked who's most likely to call out another name in bed? And everybody said Toya. Did y'all peep in the confessional when what did she say? She said something weird. She said something like, sometimes I call out Eugene, sometimes I say Gene, and if I can't remember, I say baby or boo. Toya, why wouldn't you remember the name of the nigga you've been with for the past how long Eugene and Toya been married? Since college? Toya, Toya, Toya. Toya plays all fucking day. You caught it, India? Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Toya likes to play all damn day in Eugene's face. Prognosis. You caught that? Anyway, she loves to humiliate this man. Okay. Now, this is the same man who last week said that his love language is words of affirmation. Okay. I personally have never heard Toya affirm Eugene, but hey. Anyway, they bring this counselor out and now the group splits up. We get a confessional with King and Quad where he says he doesn't want to talk about his emotions and that he doesn't need therapy. Can I just sidebar on that? You know, I like to soapbox. I don't want to call nobody out, but I do have a family member who says that they don't need therapy. And it's like, sister, not only do you need it, but you the reason that other family members are in therapy currently. Yeah. So I said that to say sometimes it'd be the motherfuckers that need it the most who are resisting it. But I also want to say that to this end. I want to say something else, right? Harlem, thank you so much for the super chat, baby. I'm gonna read this in just a second. Um, I just want to say this. Sometimes the motherfuckers that need therapy the most don't want to get in there, but also I have a deep concern about types like King specifically getting into therapy, right? Because I told y'all last week about the story of my unhinged ex, who him and his friends were stalking me on social media after he did me the way he did me, watching me, whatever. But it's just like, I would be concerned about a King or like my ex getting into therapy because to me, those types of psychos, those types of sociopaths and narcissists, them getting into therapy means that they will be able to mimic um, the empathy that they learn. They won't be able to embody it because they never learned it. They don't know what empathy truly is. So they never embody it. They never internalize empathy, but they will learn the language from therapy and now they're gonna weaponize it against you, right? They're gonna weaponize all kinds of terms, terminologies and phrases that they learn in therapy against you. So it will make them a little bit more sophisticated in their ways of manipulation. So it's like a fucked up it's like a twisted thing where it's like you don't want to get in therapy and you say, oh, you're resistant to it, even though you probably do need it, but actually you probably don't need it because you're the type of motherfucker that will weaponize it later. Scary. Scary. Let me read this super chat. Thank you so much, Harlem. Harlem to SoCal. I've watched so many YouTubers, but you become my number one go-to. It's your delivery. The way you connect with your audience and your take on the shows you review is just unmatched. I cherish that. I'm just holding that so close to my heart. Thank you so, so much. That is so sweet. Thank you. Oh my God. You know, sometimes I really can't, but like it still bugs me out that I have 6,000 subscribers on here. I'm like, how did this happen? Like that bugs me out. I do not take y'all for granted for a second. Thank you so much for your kind words and your encouragement. Seriously. Seriously, it means the world to me. What did King do for me to call him a psycho? Have you been watching the show this season? I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just curious. But just in terms of the way he shows up, the way he speaks to Quad, the constant negging, because I know what it's like to be with that type of person, right? And the comments that he makes to her, I'll get into it a little bit more later on in this episode, but the way he weaponized her miscarrying, he weaponized her miscarriage against her later. So, you know, I'm not trying to be shady, but I'm curious because I know that a lot of you don't watch this show, but you watch our reviews. So I'm just like, if you watching the show, you will understand why I feel that way. If you're not watching, it's just like some of these things are a little bit more subtle, and you have to understand human behaviors and psychology to maybe like have a peek through the other side. You know what I'm saying? To know what's going on. And I'm not saying that you're not astute in those ways, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, um, he's absolutely a narcissist. He is. And listen, I know that I am not the only reviewer that feels this way. I know this. I know I don't stand alone when I say this. Um, I'm sure that Erica De Niro TV has touched on this. I've heard Rodney the Voice touch on this. So it ain't just me. I'm not just like this, you know, rah rah sis boom bah, you know, against the man. It's not that. It's not even that. That's not even my style. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna address this really quick and then I'm gonna jump back into the notes. Yes, I have, and you have to understand Jamaican men are socialized differently. A Jamaican woman will understand how to relate to him. I don't see it. Okay. I just want to say this about that, just as a woman like who comes from a Caribbean background. Okay. I don't want to make excuses for his behavior just because he's Jamaican. I come from a Caribbean household. I absolutely, excuse me, know how those men think, how those types think. Very misogynistic, very chauvinistic, very entitled. So I can't make see, and that's the thing too. It happens in my family in the same way where you'll bring up something that a man is doing, and it's like, oh, that's just how they are. You know, he's Guyanese. That's just how they are. You know how Bajans are. You know how Trini men are, and it's all of these excuses. And it's like men are men, right? It's not a Jamaican thing. We all exist under the system of patriarchy, right? So that means that men feel that they are entitled to women in a certain way. That means that men exhibit behaviors in a certain way. It's not exclusive to Jamaican men. So I just want to be really clear on that. A Jamaican woman would send that motherfucker back to the streets. Let's be very clear. It's not that a Jamaican woman knows how to handle him so much better because he's a Jamaican man. That's not it. He's a piece of shit. Listen, listen, listen. Either you're a piece of shit or you're not. Okay. So let me just go ahead and get back into my notes. Excuse me. Because yeah, I really don't like to get into that. Oh, and I'm saying that as somebody from that background. I have heard how the women in my family make excuses for these motherfuckers. Listen, I know the lengths women go from our background to make excuses for men and the way that they carry on. So I'm not even about to play that game with y'all up here. I'm never gonna play that game with y'all. I know Caribbean men very well. I grew up around Jamaican men. I know exactly how them niggas do. Um, so yeah, I was making a note here about people who say that they don't need therapy while emotionally terrorizing you. They don't want to go because they obviously don't want to be accountable. I don't think that those types of personalities can be accountable in therapy. I really don't think so. Um, oh, thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you being here, beautiful. Thank you. Prognosis. You get me, babe. All right. So here's the other side to it. When you're a big, hard foot man like that, it's hard to undo a lifetime of patriarchy, that type of indoctrination. I just think that all men are socialized to be a little bit misogynistic, and you have to undo that as a man. You have to unlearn it. So, oh, I was soapboxing here a little bit in the notes, child. But yeah, I was just saying, like, maybe it's really best that these types stay their asses out of therapy. But in any case, for him to say that his trauma is not that severe, whatever. Anyway, now did y'all peep when the ladies were walking to their section and Simone stopped on her way over to the section and said to King, "You need to tap more into your expressive side and stop being so chauvinistic." I said, I had to bang my tambourine at Simone real quick. Simone ate that. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not being chauvinistic." She says, "Everything about you is chauvinistic." Oh, Simone, bitch, you clear that. You clear that for me. I just thought it was interesting that he was like, "No, I'm not chauvinistic." Instead of getting defensive, I would be curious. Get curious and ask why somebody is saying that to you. "Simone, why do you feel that way? What did I do that would make you perceive me in that way?" Wouldn't a man with real emotional intelligence do that? A man who's not chauvinistic is going to be like, "Wait a minute, why would she say that?" And want to have the conversation, want to explore it further. Listen, ain't no woman, there is no woman who's just about to go and run up and jump up out her seat to go approach a man who is dating her friend and say, "You need to stop being so damn chauvinistic." We're not going to sit up here and act like that just happens all the time. That was something that was sitting in Simone's spirit. That the spirit moved her to say that. Clocked his ass real good. Come on, Lauren. Come on in here. Absolutely a pattern. Simone cleared that for me. Anyway, I hated that Eugene cut her off while she was getting his ass together. I like Eugene, but he's been working my nerves these past couple of episodes, okay? Shut your ass up and let that lady get her shit off. Let her say what she need to say to that man. She's spitting right now and his ass needs to hear it. So anyway, the women are talking and I thought it was funny when Heavenly said, "Do you ever just look at your man while he's asleep and want to slap the shit out of him?" Y'all, I screamed. Do you hear me? And the reason why I like this scene so much and why I thought that this was a good episode, it was this scene right here where the women were all sitting together. It was like, it was like, it was like living single and girlfriends and waiting to exhale and Sex in the City. Like when the girls like had a little bit too much to drink and they just start getting real and they start having them real ass conversations. It got loose like that. It got loose like that. And I was like, okay, this is good. This is good right here. Heavenly had me screaming with that, okay? So I don't know. I love this scene because you could tell that everybody was nice. Everybody was off that rum or whatever they had to drink, okay? Because Toya is throwing her head back laughing. Y'all, this scene was so tea. Then Heavenly says, y'all, this scene was tea. Heavenly was like, Heavenly was like, "Do you ever have dreams?" And they were like, they were like, "Dreams about what?" This was like some shit out of a movie, y'all. This was so funny to me. She was like, "Do y'all ever have dreams?" They're like, "Oh." They're like, "Dreams about what, girl?" She's like, "About knowing another man biblically." Yo, Toya said, I do. She starts throwing her head back. I was hollering, y'all. This scene was so fucking funny because, like, you can tell it was just like truly a girl's moment, and it just felt like they really felt so loose and free, and they just forgot that the cameras was there. I was crying laughing, okay? Anyway, Toya's like, I do. And I'm like, Toya, when Eugene see this shit, woo, he ain't gonna do shit. Listen, that's his hot wife. Eugene is just happy to have a hot wife, okay? He ain't going nowhere, child. Anyway, listen, that was a key. That was a key to me. Anyway, this is how your woman talks about you when you're not around, Eugene. Didn't I tell y'all weeks ago that Eugene wasn't hitting the bottom of Toya's coochie? And she's acting out because of it. I feel like Toya be acting out. Also, I don't know if y'all clocked this, but Toya and Eugene had a confessional together when they were talking about, each group got a massage. The men got massages from like the knee down. Okay. Now, in the confessional, Toya says, "Oh, yeah, I was thinking about this one time I got this sexual massage." And he's like, "Oh, well, you better had not have gotten it while you were with me." And she was like, "Yeah, I was married to you." And she laughed in his face. You know, the thing is though, when I feel like what Toya is actually doing when she does this is like she's putting out a bat signal to some other man. Like, I want to be put through the mattress. Take me through there. Like, I feel like that's what she's doing. This is a bird call. She's letting the world know my man don't be taking me through there. She already had a naked painting party. Listen, Toya always gonna bring some other naked men into the room. Remember when she was trying to get the men to do like a little fitness thing a couple of episodes ago, and she was like, "Yeah, because we gonna need y'all to be shirtless on the beach." Why do you need the other men to be shirtless on the beach? Anyway, yeah, she's telling him that she got a sexual massage, and he's sitting there. You know, he just got to eat that because what is he gonna do? What is he gonna say? The divorce papers would be drafted by the end of the week for that little stunt, baby. She been pulling stunts and shows for the past 12 years. Eugene ain't going nowhere. Simone thinks that she was too hard on Cecil because he does things different. She's not hard enough, if you ask me. Because why Cecil, when asked them kids a couple of weeks ago, "Oh, do you know that your mother is so stressed and she needs more help?" And they were like, "No," acting goofy as fuck. I don't know. Simone and Cecil, I guess y'all gonna figure it out. Whatever. They say you never figure it out to some degree. Do you ever fully know a person? And I get it, but it's like after 28 motherfucking years, what the fuck? I better know something. After 28 years, I better know something. Anyway, Mimi starts talking about grieving the expectations of her autistic child and wanting to protect him from the world. And I really felt for her because y'all know how aggressive the world is with Black people, but don't let you be Black with a disability and be nonverbal. Because it just seems like there's no training, there's no care, there's no real thought process as to how to de-escalate situations with people who may be on the spectrum, who may be nonverbal, who may be having an episode. There's a way to handle that, and it's not with violence. So I totally understand her concern, because you hear these awful stories all the time, and you know that Black people are subject to the worst treatment. So, yeah, he may be in their care forever. And all my love goes out to Mimi and Steve and the kids and, everybody in the autistic community, all the parents, children, family members, all the village members, that is. I know that it's not easy. So, yeah, I think that they are great representation, though, for this community. I also really like that Steve talked about this full sense of masculinity that men carry with them, the making the money, being good at sports, getting all the girls, you know what I'm saying? Um, I said, listen, that's a man. That's a man. We need more men like Steve having those conversations. We do. We do. Okay. Get the men in order. Now, Damon opens up about missing his son. He says that it's hard to have fun while a part of him is missing. And he says that if his enemies wanted to try him right now, that he would be with whatever. So there is a crash out, kind of sitting under the veil of all of that calm that Damon shows us. Now, here's where it gets good, okay? Curtis puts the spotlight on King. He's like, I want to hear from you. King says, listen, y'all pressure me more about marriage than Quad does. Why Curtis gonna say you want to do things decent and in order? Was it decent and in order of you to be linking up with bitches at the airport, cheating on Jackie? Like, what the fuck does Curtis know about decent and in order? Curtis, you got your big ass nerve. Curtis says, from a biblical standpoint, you're playing husband and wife and you're not married. And those are complications, you know. He's basically insinuating that them not being married is the reason, is the reason that they're having complications. I thought that that was nasty. I thought that that was disgusting. Because I'm sorry, didn't Jackie have complications with having children? So it's like you can just pull some bullshit out of thin air and use it as a reason as to why that maybe somebody may be going through some fertility issues. What if somebody wanted to turn that around and use it on Jackie? I thought that was nasty. And this is why I get down here and drag the Christians every once in a while, because y'all give me too much material. You talking about decent and out of order when you are a known cheater and you cheated on this show. On this show. But you want to lecture somebody? It's like y'all get to pick and choose when y'all want to be good people, but then you get to tell somebody else how they supposed to be living their life and that they ain't living right. That's the shit that really kills me about Christians, for real. Talking about in the Bible, that's a no-no. Isn't adultery a no-no as well? It's so many things in the Bible that's a no-no that you niggas do. King says it's 2025. We're doing it on our timeline. This is the other issue that I have with Christians. Someone's life choices ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't none of your motherfucking business. It's not for you to agree with. Him saying this is a thing that I can't agree with. It's not for you to agree or disagree upon, because you're not God. True story. I was dating this guy over the summer, and he was like going back to school, going to law school or whatever. He was saying he wanted to be a judge in family court and this and that or whatever. But anyway, when I'm dating a person, there are certain questions that I ask to kind of fast track me to knowing whether or not a person is going to be on some bullshit or not. Anyway, I asked him how he felt about homosexuals. Why this nigga going to tell me, oh, I don't agree with it? And I was like, well, what is it that you don't agree with? Like, somebody being attracted to somebody of the same sex is not really something for you to agree on. Can you elaborate on that? Like, what's your experience with homosexuals? Like, what exactly don't you agree on? And here's where the bullshit comes. See, when you start asking questions, they can never really justify their fuckery, right? So I asked this nigga, I'm like, okay, well, what experience do you have with homosexuals that makes you feel like you don't agree with the way they live their lives? He was like, oh, well, I don't know any like that. It's just, I've heard things from my family. So you have this consensus. You have your mind made up about a whole group of people based on what somebody told you, based on hearsay, but not based on your own motherfucking experience. Then I had to break down for him, like, okay, you say you want to get into family court. You say you want to be a judge in family court. Do you understand that there are many configurations of what a family could look like? And it's not going to be your business to agree with two dads or two moms or whatever the configuration of family looks like, especially if it's about like making sure that that child is okay. And then things started to make sense to that motherfucker. Listen, a motherfucking chop. And you got to ask the questions. Ask these niggas how they feel about homosexuality. Ask them how they feel about aborciones. Ask them how they feel about trans folks. Listen, you fast track to the fuckery. Let's get right on down to it. Because I want to see how your humanity is set up right away. I want to know right the fuck away how your humanity is set up. I would like to know. Yeah. Ciao. Anyway. I have an issue with that. I take huge issue with people. Oh, I don't agree with that. It's not for you to agree. And then I had to break down for this person, like, and tell them. I did share with them that I am bisexual. And I was like, okay, now you have an experience with homosexuals, because I am. How do you feel? What has been your experience with me in the last few weeks of us dating? Cool. Cool. You feel good in your body, you feel regulated in your nervous system, right? It's like your whole idea is that like homosexuals just by nature of being attracted to the same sex are bad people and are going to hell. And I had to ask him. I was like, "You have a relationship with God, right?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Would it or would it not be silly for God to send me to hell because I ate a little bit of coochie?" All things considered, we having this conversation right now. You feel good. We've been hanging out, like we've been having fun, kicking it. You feel good, regulated in your nervous system. I didn't do shit to you. I didn't oppress you. I didn't cause you any harm. I ate a little bit of coochie and now I'm going to hell. Me, God's creation. She knew what it gave when she made me. I'm me, God's creation. She knew what it gave when she made me, but I'm gonna go to hell for eating a little bit of coochie. God, in her infinite wisdom, and all of these creations and all of these things, God don't got nothing else better to do but be worried about who coochie I'm eating. Y'all think God is that petty? See, we don't serve the same God. That's the thing. That's okay. And that's just fine with me. Shane, you feel me? Like, what are we saying here? But when you start to break down the logic of things and you start to really get into these conversations with the Christians, then shit starts to get a little bit cattywampus, right? Because you realize it defies all logic. It defies logic. It don't make sense. Anyway, it just be the casual bigotry for me. And I've seen some of y'all do it in the comments too. Oh, Bonnie, I like your channel, but homosexuality is wrong. Go ahead and unsubscribe. Go ahead and block me. Block me, twin. Block me back. I don't want none of that energy over here. I don't want it. Listen, I probably already done lost 10 subscribers for the night. I'm good with it. I'm fine. It'd be the casual bigotry for me. Please don't bring it over here. Anyway, Child, I was really rambling here about Black Christians and how they want to be oppressive figures. Um, yeah, I went on quite the rant here. Ooh, damn. Yeah, yeah. I was going off the deep end in these notes. Okay, whoa. All right. So Curtis says doing things in the way that God prescribed is the right way. Can I just ask, how do you know what God prescribed? How the fuck do you know? Did God tell you what his prescription was for all of humanity? You, Curtis, personally? Men wrote the Bible and said that that's God's word. And everybody's just like, oh, yeah, this is the word of God. Nobody questioned it. Nobody verified it. Everybody's just like, yeah, this is the word of God. The Bible that was written by man. I don't know. And my thing is like, how am I supposed to trust your word, the Bible, if I can't verify this information myself? Isn't that hearsay? It's like a man said, oh, all of this shit happened. All of these things happened. And it's the truth. And then like whole swaths of people just went along with it. Like it just sometimes organized religion really blows my mind. Like it really, really does. I think the thing that radicalized me away from Christianity, I was like maybe 18 or 19. But I remember like this thing of like being told if you're not a Christian, you're going to hell. And I was like, wait, if you're not a Christian, you're going to hell. So I was like, wait, what if there are people in parts of the world that don't even know what Christianity is? They're like, well, they're going to hell too. And I was like, wait. You mean to tell me God is going to send you to hell if you simply don't know about something? It didn't make sense to me. And that radicalized me away from it because it's just like, okay, see, any religion that doesn't want you to think and it's like, follow the word of God. It's this is the word and this is this and this is demonic and this is like everything cannot be demonic. Everything cannot be the devil, babes. Some things do require critical thinking. Some things do require you to do your own research. That's why God gave you a brain, babes. So a bunch of people are telling you this is the word of God and not to question it, and you believe it. Sorry, I'm sorry. These conversations about Christianity, see, y'all be getting me worked up. It be getting me worked up. King is asking Curtis, did he always do things by the book? Curtis says, absolutely not. Curtis says, we all sin and ask for forgiveness. So if Christians know this, why do y'all like to tell everybody that they're going to hell when Jesus paid it all? If I'm a homosexual and y'all say I'm going to hell, then I'm not going to hell because I repented for the sin, whatever y'all call the sin, and Jesus paid for it. So why the fuck are we talking about it? Why do we ever talk about any sins if Christians like to always move the line and it's all about, oh, well, I already repented for that, so you can't throw that in my face. Oh, there's never really any true accountability with Christianity. Everything is always about like, oh, I like you can commit the worst fucking crimes against humanity and it's like, oh, he repented. Oh, he got saved. It's like, girl. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of unhinged to me that a God would give his only son to clear the debt of sin, but people keep sinning. Like, if you're the Almighty God, don't you already know that the people that you create are going to sin? Why do you have to sacrifice your child? we're not even gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. Like, why would you sacrifice your child if you knew that the humans that you created was going to act a motherfucking fool anyway? Like the stuff, it don't be making sense, and it makes God sound a little bit goofy minded and crazy and abusive. But again, that's the way God is framed in the Christian world, and I just don't. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I've had to create and build my own relationship with God away from Abrahamic religions. I'm just saying, child. Hey, Azor, what's up, baby? Oh, wait. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like when you critically think about Christianity, it just doesn't make sense to me. But the indoctrination is so heavy that people look at you like you have two heads for pointing out the obvious. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think some Christians are cool just as long as like you're not getting up on this high horse and being judgy for other people practicing other religions, not calling everything demonic and witchcraft. Just be my I think my problem with a lot of Christians is like this closed off, like this closed mindedness, this willingness to like just call everything demonic and witchcraft that you don't understand. It's like a little bit of research would lead you down the right path, babe. Would lead you down the path of like not saying like wild crazy thing, because that's my issue too. Is like Christians say wild crazy unverified things, like it's just like it's crazy. The issue that we're in right now is because of overzealous Christians of the Caucasian variety. Oof, I didn't even want to stay on this too long. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hey, Crystal. And they say it like it's fact. Anyway, Quad says that when you're of means, it's difficult to not give someone what they need. Quad, he don't want nor need a baby with you. And in this moment, I feel like Quad is talking out of both sides of her neck, because she's saying that she has had these aha moments with King. Like, wow, I can't believe he said that. Wow, I can't believe that he did that. So you're having these aha moments leading you to believe that you should be having his baby instead of dumping his ass. You're not making any sense, mama. Heavenly says, well, he needs you. You don't need him. She says, you giving him too much and he will disappoint you. Quad says, I do love him and I have been disappointed by him and I'm solid on it. Whoa, 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 whoa. It just got real. Quad, do you understand it? If I'm heavenly, I'm shutting the fuck up from here on out, because who are you talking to, mama? Who are you talking to? I'm just trying to give you the real. I'm on your side, bitch. I'm on your side. I do love him, and I have been disappointed by him, and I'm solid on it. That's what I want you to understand. Again, bitch, do you understand it? Then in her confessional, she got the nerve to say, don't pussyfoot around me as a friend. Don't mince your words for me. But Heavenly is giving you the real, and you snapping off on her for having like a real heart to heart with you. And Heavenly wasn't even being shady. She wasn't being mean. She wasn't being rude. She was just like, he needs you more, sister. And he will disappoint you. You just got to decide like whether or not this is the kind of disappointment you can endure. I am fucking hollering. Uptown Alley Cat said, I love when Quad turns into a character from a Tennessee Williams play. Bitch. You know, she goes into those monologues. You know, she gets real dramatic when she starts drinking. She was just being a friend, Azor. She was literally just being a friend. I don't know, Quad. Quad said it would hurt her beyond belief if the relationship didn't work. I think it would hurt you beyond belief if you stayed, actually. And again, I keep saying this. I think that, you know, her ancestors and God and whatever spirits that walk with her and love her were keeping her protected from that nigga. You're not supposed to be having that nigga's baby. No shade at all. You do not want them problems. You do not want the problems that come with being tied to a nigga for the rest of your life by blood, by child. Y'all already having these kinds of problems. Imagine what kind of problems y'all gonna be having when y'all fall out, when it's this and that about the baby schedule and who can see the baby and, you know, who can be around the baby and, you know, girl. Anyway, Damon and Eugene talk. Eugene says, I don't want to say nothing crazy. Damon says, don't bring up my child. Now, remember, Toya was talking shit about Heavenly and Damon's son. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I caught a glimpse of crazy in Damon's eyes while he was talking to Eugene. I caught a glimpse of crazy. And Damon was warning him. Did y'all catch that? Damon said that he is one interaction away from a crash out. He didn't say that literally, but like, I'm paraphrasing. He said if his enemies wanted to try some shit with him right now, they could run up and find out what time it is. Hey, Leslie. Why is this so funny? He was looking the way my daddy looks when he's fed up and ready to argue. Listen. Yes. That old black man look. We all know that look. We know that look very well. Damon was ready for that crash out. He was like, say something about my child. Now here's the thing. And you gotta watch people's body language and stuff like that, because you could see the crazy in Damon's eyes. And then Eugene started immediately backing off. He's like, no, I don't want no problems. I ain't mean it like that. You know, I would never say nothing about your child. You was pressing buttons, though. You had been pressing this issue with Damon for no reason. And then shit was about to get real. And then you started, no, man, it ain't like that. And then it was like, come on, man, we friends, da, da, da. And then they hugged it out. Eugene had to work a little bit harder in this instance to try to turn the energy around. He had to tread very fucking carefully in this moment, because Damon is already on one, right? So don't don't say nothing cute, fly, nothing like that. That can be misinterpreted for some other shit because I'm already sensitive. Did y'all clock that? Shit was about to get real on that sand. I said, Eugene, why you keep fucking with this man? Leave Damon alone. Leave Damon alone. Azor, he was looking for a reason. I'm telling you. Listen, if you ain't watched that scene, go back and watch it and look at how Damon was looking at Eugene. Eugene caught it. Okay. So they eventually hug it out. We get a scene with Toya breaking her kids off with a little bit of cash for their good grades. Good for them. I thought it was a really cute scene. I loved it. Yes, reward the children for a good job at school, incentivize it, make it fun for them. Like school is already so institutional and just like, ugh, break them off a little bit of cash for a job well done. I love to see that. All right, so we get a scene with King and Quad. King says, oh, they're talking whatever. King says to her, you yourself have said to me, excuse me, y'all, that you haven't been able to give me what I deserve and need. He says, what I need is consideration and appreciation. He thinks that Quad is Destiny's Child and he's in the Cater to You video. Okay. He says, excuse me, she says that all she does is, consider him, and she screams it from the top of her lungs. She celebrates him, whatever. He says screaming it and showing it are different things. Now, he goes on to give this example of not feeling appreciated or considered. He gives this example of when they were in Ghana, and he says that he was supporting her. He says, you were beating up on me like I was the enemy. This is abusive. This is abusive. So he is using this scenario where she lost the baby and is having a negative reaction to that. Like she's having a painful kind of traumatic response to that he's using that moment, her trauma, her losing a baby, as a way to say that she doesn't appreciate him. I want y'all to understand just how fucking unhinged that is. It's not about him being a Jamaican man and she don't know how to handle him because she's not a Jamaican woman. This is unhinged and abusive as fuck. Again, something I have experienced. I had a medical procedure and I was with that same ex I was telling y'all about. And we got into an argument on the way there, on the way to the hospital. He left me on the train, got off at the next stop or whatever. I had the procedure by myself. And then later on, when I got home, I was in a lot of pain and just stressed out, crying, probably in like some of the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced in my life. Okay. And this nigga was like, what he said, he basically like compared what I was experiencing to somebody else. Like, oh, I know somebody that, this happened to them and they didn't complain as much. Like, utter fucking sociopath to use somebody's deep pain and trauma to weaponize it against them, to say it as like, oh, well, you weren't catering to me in this moment. You weren't considerate of my feelings in this moment. She just lost a fucking baby. I don't even know what the fuck to say. Thank you, Azor. I appreciate you, baby. Totally lacking in empathy. I don't even know what to say. I said, oh, he's gutter. He's gutter. He's a low down, nasty ass gutter rat. No compassion, no empathy, irredeemable, complete and utter sociopath, complete psychopath. Again, your spirits were protecting you from this man, girl. You were not meant to be tied to him by blood for life. You were not, okay? This man is a demon. He told her, damn, you're ungrateful. And she had to tell him that she's still working through some things. She had to literally tell this man that she's still working through some things. So she was supposed to just lose the baby and then just jump right back into being his maid and, catering to him, making his meals every night. Anyway, King in that confessional, he looks so damn swollen and unattractive. He looked like he retaining water. He just looks puffy and gross. I'm like, ill. He is not attractive. He is not attractive. And like that ugliness that he is displaying towards her, like the way he's acting, because we're seeing a very specific type of ugly, right? Imagine how this nigga is behind closed doors. This is what we see. So all the ugly and the nastiness that he's probably displaying behind closed doors is coming up in his face. It's coming up in his face. That man is my age. He should not be looking like that. He is my age. Why you look 47? I said, oh, that's a hard 38. That's a hard 38. Anyway, she says, yeah, well, I definitely put you to the test. He starts laughing. And she said, well, that's what's wrong with men now. They're sassy. I didn't care for that. Excuse me. I really didn't care for that. But to be honest with you, this conversation wasn't going anywhere. I'm gonna have to drag Cecil in another live. Um, he put out some tweets the other day. I'm gonna definitely have to drag him for that. And then we're gonna have to discuss the reunion looks as a family this week as well at some point. Listen, y'all, I ain't wearing all that damn red again when I cover this reunion. I ain't wearing all that damn red. Okay. Why they couldn't get a different color? Because I saw the reunion looks on Twitter the other day, and I was like, why are y'all discussing Real Housewives of Potomac reunion looks again? It just went off. And then I was like, wait, that's Married to Medicine. Why the fuck did they do red again? Why are they doing back to back red? Okay, let me just pull it up real quick. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. Here it is. You share my screen with y'all. Okay. Damn, I gotta put my glasses on for this. Okay. Cecil said, real talk. What would, oh, okay. So shout out to Scotty by Nature because Scotty tweeted, unpopular opinion, Married to Medicine is not good this season. Now, y'all know I have been lamenting about this season feeling redundant. It was like legitimately 3 episodes out of this season that I just didn't cover because I'm like, I'm not talking about this. So anyway, Scotty by Nature said, unpopular opinion, Married to Medicine is not good this season. Cecil gonna get his ass online and reply, real talk. What would a good season look like? A fight, an affair? One says it needs to be more positive. One side says it needs to be more positive. The other side says there's not enough drama. Just curious. um you're getting defensive, sir, but it's just like you don't know the reason why he's saying that it's not good. So y'all jumping to think we want to see a fight or an affair. It's not even that. It's just that this shit is repetitive and redundant. We don't know what we want to see. We just want to see good fucking TV, and it's up to y'all to be entertaining. It's not about a fight or an affair or whatever. The show used to be good because there was a sense of like it was new. There was some sense of novelty toward it, right? We had never seen anything like this before. Now the fights are getting old. Period. Then he gonna say, for the record, we asked King about marriage all season because we never thought Quad would be moving forward without a ring. The only thing I told Curtis is when you make people feel like their situation is based on their actions is tricky. Well, I know I had wait, somebody replied to Curtis, I mean Cecil saying dramas they said drama sales, but it's drama sells. Drama sells, Cecil, unfortunately. He says, well, I know I had a drama. I don't know why he put a smiley face emoji in between A and drama, but okay. Old niggas typing. Well, I had a drama. I went from Cecil gives great advice to Cecil is a bum and Simone should divorce him. See, this is the thing. I feel like with this, you're not taking accountability because you are conducting yourself like a bum. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be nasty or nothing like that, but you acting like a bum, nigga. Like we don't know what you do for work. You know, what's her name? Simone is the head of household. You stressing her out. She can't retire. Y'all kids is acting like bum ass niggas. Like, stop this. Just stop. Like you defensive, you and your feelings about the truth. Oh, I got a live shout out. I got a live shout out. Thank you, baby. My show is on and she live, Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much, BB Celestial, too. I appreciate you, baby. All right. So somebody replies to Cecil saying, it seems like Toya was trying too hard to create drama. And why was Dr. Heavenly a part of every episode when she was a friend of? They're trying to self-produce drama instead of allowing ... Anyway, Cecil replied to that saying, when was there balance? What medicine are we talking about? The only difference is that the last few seasons, everyone wasn't married, and that separates our show. Boyfriends and husbands will still watch because men are on the show. What? I'm sorry. My brain couldn't process that. Let me just read this over to make sure I'm understanding this right. What the fuck he's talking about. Okay. The person is asking Cecil about Toya trying to create drama and why Dr. Heavenly was a part of every episode and self-producing. He's going to say something about balance in medicine, and the difference in the last few seasons was that everyone wasn't married. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. What are you even saying, sir? What are you talking about? Anyway, he goes on to say, or some person is saying, I miss the rawness. It's like everybody knows how to do reality TV now. Love watching the show, but I think more of the doctor's day to day. So we get more of the medicine portion and more into dot, dot, dot. He says, our family dinner wasn't raw. We are just recovering from that shit. Somebody says, when she has to carry the weight of 3 grown ass men and one of them being the main one, that should have her back. Yes, hell yeah. Let her live her best single life until a real man, dot, dot, dot. He says, okay, if you knew the real story, you would have a difference of opinion. But just for the record, I bought the South House cash if you're a watcher of the show. Okay, Cecil. Then somebody says, thank you. He trying to play stupid. And Cecil says, just so y'all know, Simone ain't footing no bill for me. And I'm much older than the guys on the show, but I'm very confident about my net worth and financial independence. Google me. Okay, Cecil. All right. Somebody says, we need new characters. He says, I'm tired, or they say, I'm tired of seeing Toya and Heavenly bicker. Would love to see Mariah return. He says Mariah's not new, and if she came back, she would talk about how everyone turned their back on her. When new people came on, no one wants to rock with them like Sweet Tea. Cecil is annoying as fuck. It's not that nobody wanted to rock with Sweet Tea just because she was new. It was that not only was she new, but she is the new wife of the ex-husband of the current cast member. Like, see, I'm not even gonna get myself worked up over this. Like, a nigga named Cecil is always gonna try to make your nerves bad. So I'm not even gonna go down this road. Anyway, let's just get through this. Somebody said we need more Dr. Heavenly. I feel like we didn't get enough of her. He says she was in every episode but the first one. Somebody says Simone and Jackie don't do lunch anymore. Jackie and Curtis don't even seem like they share a bed. Dr. Heavenly's toxicity used to be funny, but now it's draining. He says Toya and Eugene, when I almost lost my family at a dinner. I didn't see the rest of that tweet. It was cut off, but I guess he felt some type of way about, them making a point to bring up Toya and Eugene when he could have lost his family at dinner. Nigga, you were the reason that you could have lost your family at dinner. We don't want to see affairs or fights. We want to see new doctors. He says, but why is everyone so tough on the new people who join the show? I do agree with that to some extent, but I have some more thoughts on that. Somebody says Quad's fertility journey has straight up been confusing. I don't think anyone can understand why she would be going this hard to have a baby with a man who's not even her fiance. I guess they're saying 5 trips to Ghana, blah, blah, blah. So he says, as you get older, women are choosing to have babies alone. Not sure why this is confusing. A new relationship is always exciting. They were ready to start a family. Damn, a marriage. Here's the thing about that, about new cast members. I agree with this. We do like Angel and Mimi. They're a good fit. Sometimes people are just not a good fit for the show. When they brought Audra on there a few years ago, I loved Audra. I thought she was a great fit. I love the way she was getting Toya together. I don't know what happened to Audra. They brought Anila around. Anila is Toya's friend. We wasn't fucking with her. Okay. So it's not that we just hate all of the new girls that they bring on here. We just can't stand some of these girls that they bring on here for very specific reasons. We love Mimi. We love Angel. We fuck with Brandy. But I don't understand, like, Cecil's whole thing. Like, we made the show so great. I almost lost my family this season. It's Cecil. Are you good? I think you need to stop worrying about defending the show and how you almost lost your family on TV for entertainment value. I think you need to stop worrying about that so much and worried about how you can take care of Simone. The thing is, after 12 years, there's only so much that y'all can give us. I feel like this season, the only thing about this show that's sort of refreshing is the new energy from the new castmates, Angel, Brandy, and Mimi. Other than that, it's the same story, it's the same shit, different season. We're tired. We're tired. And just for him to be like, oh, well, is it not enough fights? Is it not, y'all want us to do this? Like, how many configurations of the same fight are we going to watch? You think Angel is boring? Jameer, can I just say this? Loki, I feel like Married to Medicine is on its last legs. Unless they completely just gut this cast and bring in some new girls. Hell, y'all can even reboot the LA season. I like the LA girls. I don't know why they canceled it after just 2 seasons. I was really fucking with them LA girls. Screaming. Angel bringing Bernard around and knowing she don't want to date that man. Guess she took a page out of Quadisha's book, child. She knows she don't want that man, and that man don't want her like that. So why y'all even playing this game? You think they can make it work, Bell's View? These Black physicians can definitely give us more. Black health is very important, and they could be way better. I really do love I love whenever they have their doctor side quests and they go and educate the people, and they do the lab work and they ask questions, and I just think that's fab. I really, really enjoy that. But was it this season or last season when they did it? And then I think was it Quad and Heavenly or Contessa? Somebody started acting a fucking fool. And I'm like, come on, y'all. You rewatch LA? I have never rewatched LA. It was such a cute show. So I don't know. How do y'all feel? What are we feeling about Married to Medicine? Like, what do y'all think can be done to sort of keep it from feeling like this? Because I'm just like, it's bad, y'all, when it's like 3 episodes that I don't want to cover, where I feel like I'm not going to be giving interesting commentary. Like, that's bad. That's bad. All right, y'all. Do I have any other notes? Yeah, I think I have not watched Ladies of London. I have not. Is that the one with Caroline Stanbury? Who's Elaine? All the new casts, and if they don't get rid of Jackie, Simone, and Angel, keep Elaine as a friend of and make Quad a friend. Who's Elaine? Is so many. Wait, comments going a little fast. My bad. So many ailments in the Black community that should be addressed, and these bozos have the power to change this narrative. I think they should keep it light and fun. The girls' trip had nice moments. Yeah, so the thing about this episode was I think this was my favorite episode probably of the whole season. Because y'all, that moment when they were kind of like together on the raft, y'all, it was so tea. Again, it was giving me waiting to exhale, living single, like that girl group. Like it was so much fun. It was so much fun to watch. It was a key. It just felt good and natural because you could tell like everybody had been drinking, and I love when they drink and overshare. I love a drink and overshare moment. I love that real bad. Wait, Elaine is Heavenly's real name? I thought her name was Heavenly. I'm hollering. Y'all are so funny. Caroline was on the first 3 seasons and then they rebooted it with the new cast. Okay, so talk to me about that show, y'all. Like, is it really good? Cause just looking at it, it don't seem like nothing I would be into. And I'm not trying to be mean or shady or nothing like that, but from what I saw, it just looked like a bunch of white women and like Caucasian programming don't get top priority over here. Like I'll put on a Caucasian program if it's like if I don't got nothing else black to watch, if it ain't nothing. If I caught up on all my shows and I want a little piece of white messy entertainment, then it's like all right. You know what's like a really good messy ass white show that I love? Ozark. Um that Netflix show. I'm like, oh yes, this is my kind of Caucasian mess right here. That's the Caucasian fuckery that I like. Okay. These white women on reality TV shows, I be like, it's no shade. Listen, it's no shade to my Caucasian viewers. You know I love y'all down. You know I love y'all. But some of y'all sisters and some of y'all cousins, I don't be having it for them girls. It's good. Okay. I might peep at one episode. Listen, you Bayesian too? My family Bayesian too, girl. These Caribbean men, honey, are something else. They are something else. Thank you for joining the chat, by the way. Summer House is wild, is it? Real Housewives of Dallas was tea. Was it? Was it good Caucasian mess? Y'all like Summer House? Ladies of London does have a black cast member. Okay. Um See, when it's just like a single solitary black, I'd be like, Like how Riley was the single solitary black of the Next Gen show, and she was, experiencing all that racism just the same way it happened with Gertie on Real House of Miami. Whenever it's like a mixed cast and it's just like a sprinkle of blacks and mostly white, I'd be like, keep it black or keep it white. Like I want to watch a white show or I want to watch a black show. I don't want to see no damn mixed cast because the racism always come out. I don't want to see no mixed cast. I will watch the Caucasians in their Caucasians things, and I will in their Caucasian things, and I will watch the blacks in their black things. Okay? See, this is what I'm talking about right here, Jameer. This was another reason that I stopped fucking with Beverly Hills. Cause I saw the way they was treating Garcelle, and I said, "Oh no, ma'am, I'm out of here." My spirit just can't take certain things. My spirit is not set up for watching a black woman get ganged up on by a bunch of Caucasians. Like I ain't got that. I ain't got that in my spirit to do. Bose is running them ladies. Is she? I'm glad she's doing well, but something about Bose is just like kind of like something about Bose just rubs me the wrong way. It's her, it's that man, all that posture. She's one of those. Listen, those corporate blacks, and no shade to the corporate blacks that are watching. Y'all cool. I'm just saying, some of y'all's cousins, y'all know they like to do a little shuffle. Y'all know they like to do a little tap dancery. See, prognosis, you get it. She wants white approval. That's like the undertone, the undercurrent of like the energy that I get from her. You know what I mean? Like she gives me the type that is like she's going to explain all of like black terminology and black slang to white people. Some things need to be gate kept. It's no shade. It's no shade. Listen. When you listen into slang terminology and this and that, and just like as a black person, for the most part, right? For the most part, you can hear slang and be like, oh, you can glean what it means based on the context, right? White people can't do that for some reason. They can't glean what something like the definition of something based on context. It's like they got to know everything. They got to be in all the business. It's okay to gatekeep some things. In fact, it's okay to lie about what some things mean. That's why our culture has gotten so far away from us. It's being resold back to us. Gatekeep a little bit. She was also weird with Garcelle. She was. She was. Okay. I ain't mean for this to turn into a chat about Beverly Hills, but I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see y'all later on in the week for something, child. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about yet. We gonna have to find something to talk about because it's no shows on right now. It's just Married to Medicine. We're getting ready for what? The finale, and then 3 parts of the reunion. So just a few more weeks for that. And then we got RHOA starting back up. It seems like it came back really quick. but that's going to be in a couple of weeks, beginning of April. I'm excited about that because Atlanta was very cute for my channel. The views were coming through. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I love y'all. Eat something good. Be a good neighbor. Do I have any other church announcements? All right, that's it. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all for the next one. Bye.